Hello and welcome to this new concepts we're gonna learn in descriptive statistics, which is the mode. The mode definition of it is simply different from the average. Average gives us the central tendency of the values. The mode gives us the most frequent value in the data set. So here we're gonna talk about, give us an example. Let's have a qualitative variables. For example, single. Here we have three singles. We took 10 we took 6 people to ask them. 3 of them are single, 1 of them are divorced, and 2 are married. That's mean the most frequent value or the most familiar situation is that there are most people are single. This is the mode. The mode is single. This is the most frequent value. Let's talk about the case in discrete qualitative variables. Here we have a number of children and number of families. How many families, for example, how many families have one child? How many families they have 2 childs? And how many families they have 3 childs? For number of families that have 1 child, we have 12. For the number of families that have 2 children are 30. Number of families have 3 children are 5. That means the mode of this data set is 2. That means the most families have two children. Okay. Here we have when we have quantitative the case of quantitative variables, we have two categories. Same with, that means for example here we took the monthly salary. Okay, they have same width of $500, the difference, and with the different width. For example, 5, here we have 10 in the width, 10 and 20. So I'm gonna explain the formula for these two categories where we have continuous variable the same width, and how we're gonna calculate the mode for different width. So let's start in our whiteboard. So now let's talk about how we can find the mode in continuous quantitative variables. So here we have monthly salary of $1,500 to $2,500, $2,000 to $2,500, $2,500, $2,500 to $3,000, etc. Okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna select the boundary of model class. The boundary of model class here it's simple. We have the most the biggest number, which is 26. The boundary of model class is 1,500 and 2,000. Okay. So the mode, I'm gonna show you the formula for how we can calculate this. The mode, we look for the lower boundary of model class, which is 1,500. Let's first write the general formula. The mode, it's the lower boundary of model class, let's call it L, plus then we're gonna select the frequency of model class, which is 26, minus the frequency of model class f Now we write the general formula. Let's call it f1 minus the frequency before the model class, which is, we don't have anything here, 0, f0 divided by the frequency of the frequency of model class minus the frequency before the model class. The boundary here, it's don't forget the boundary, it's 1500 and 2000. The frequency of model class minus the frequency before the model class plus the frequency of the model class minus the frequency after model class, we call it f2. Now we're gonna calculate. No, sorry. We should here we have the mode is the lower boundary of the boundary of model class. The lower boundary here is $1,500, the lower boundary of model class, plus, this is the whole division, the frequency of model class is 26, minus the frequency of before the model class is f0 is 0 because we don't have anything before it. The divided by the frequency of model class minus the frequency of before the model class, same, and then the frequency of the model class minus the frequency after the model class, which is 12. Now we're gonna so that the mode we're gonna find the exact, when we took sample of this statistical study, we're gonna find the exact most frequent salary that is between 1,500 and 2,000. Let's calculate. 1,000 is 1,500 plus 26 plus 26 minus 12 is 14. It's 1,500 plus 26 divided by 26 plus 14. It will give us, let's calculate, and with the, let's calculate this number is 26 plus 14 is 26 divided by 26 plus 14. It will give us 0.65. 0.65. That means the most frequent salary of this employees is 1,500.65. It's closer to 1,500. It's the same. It's quite the same of the lower boundary of model class. Now we're gonna talk about the case or where we have continuous quantitative variables with different width. Okay. So in order for us to calculate the mode of continuous quantitative variables for different width, here, for example, here let's say we have unit per 1,000, for example, 0 to $5,000, 5 to 10,000. Here we have different width. For example, here we have 5, 10, 10, and 20. In order for us to find width, we should aim for readjust the numbers by the width. Okay. In order for us to do that, we choose the width of reference. Let's take the 5. Here we have width of reference. The width. Here we have let's go to the width simply 5, 10, 10, and 20. The thing we're gonna do is we're gonna divide the width of reference by the other width. For example, here we have 1, 0.5. Here we have 0.5. And here, if we divide 5 by 20, it gives us 3/4 or 0.75. Okay. So we're gonna readjust the numbers by the width of reference. We're gonna multiply 50 by 1. It gives us 50. Same here, 50. If we multiply 400 by 20 by 0.5, or the half of 400 is 200. The half of 120 is 60. And here let's look for how we're gonna find the 3/4 of 60. 60 multiplied by 0.75, it gives us 45. Okay. So now we're gonna look for how we're gonna calculate how we're gonna look for the model class. The model class. Here we have. We're gonna look for the most frequent or the most big value of in the range of salary is 200, which is in the interval of 20 and 10 and 20. We'll look for the lower boundary of model class. Here is 10. Now we're gonna put the formula for together in this case. Let's look for it. Here we have the lower boundary of model class. It's 10. Let's calculate the mode. It's 10 plus. Let's remember the frequency of model class minus the frequency of before model class divided by the frequency of model class minus the frequency before model class plus frequency of model class minus the frequency after model class. Here minus the model class. Here is we have is 10. The frequency before the model, the lower boundary of model class is 10. Okay. The frequency of model class is 200. The frequency before the model class is 50. The frequency in the frequency we have after model class is 60. Okay. No, it's 60. Okay. The frequency of model class is 200. The frequency before the model class is 50. Then the frequency, the same frequency of model class minus the frequency before the model class plus the frequency of the model class minus the frequency after model class is 60. It's 10 plus 50, 150. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna connect the arithmetic so you can use to it. 150, 200 minus 100, 450 plus 140. Plus 10 plus 150 divided by 290. 10 plus, if we're gonna calculate 150 divided by 290, it's gonna give us 0.500 approximately 0.52. 0.52, which is 10.52. That means approximately $10,520 is the most frequent salary distributed of these employees. So we have direct Excel formula to calculate the mode. I explained that just for you. If you have, for example, a test in statistics or what, you can both master the formula to calculate it and look for the software skills like Excel function to calculate it and learn the definition of it, what is used for as a fundamental concept in descriptive statistics. So now we're gonna look for how to calculate it directly in Excel file. We talked about the average of this factor for developing cardiovascular risk. So now we're gonna talk about another central tendency concept in descriptive statistics, which is the mode. The mode, the definition of it is simply the most frequent value. Okay, the average is the measure of central tendency of central tendency, which is the formula for it is adding all values, multiplied by number of values, gives us the average. The mode is the most frequent value we have in the data set. So in order for us to find directly the most frequent value, is looking for the mode function. Here it is. Returns that the most frequently occurring or repetitive value in an array or range of data. We select, for example, in the age, we select all ages of 100 patients. Then enter. If we for the other factors like systolic BP, diastolic BP, BME, and cholesterol levels, we generate that simply, and it gives us the most frequent value. Okay. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you for the next concept, which is the median.